basically many of the attempts to develop countries economically or socially or in terms of women's development, if you're trying to run programs to improve those issues, you really can't do it without working in an environment of good governance where you have an accountable and transparent and stable and open government. And the media is really important in many countries for helping to ensure a level of openness and transparency, and really acting as a watchdog to hold governments accountable and help to promote openness. So the media really does play into helping to promote sort of an open, democratic, and good governance.
And how do you explain that some countries that now are having a big technological development, like for example China, on the contrary, are not having a sustainable development?
Yeah. Well, I would say China is developing economically, but it is developing in a very uneven way. So as you say, it's not, the question is how sustainable is it when you have these, broad inequalities developing in a society as a result of economic growth. And my concern would be is that it's just not a very sustainable path and it's not going to be very even growth. And eventually there may be pushback, there may be a pushback to, let's say, the high levels of government repression and also the increasing levels of inequality in the society, which are going on at the moment.
Do you know that Italy is one of the few countries in the world in which journalists have to be in a corporation in order to have the right to work?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think it's very problematic. If you look at, I work at Freedom House on our press freedom report, and Italy is one of the only countries in Western Europe that's rated in our partly free category. And one of the main reasons for this is some of the legal restrictions on the media, including criminal defamation. And then one of the other issues is this issue of registration requirements and professional requirements to be a journalist. And it's actually very restrictive. And it really makes Italy stand apart from many other democracies, the fact that it has these very stringent rules. And I think particularly in a changing media environment where you have much more, internet-based media and citizen journalists, it makes it even more problematic to have these very strict requirements. We actually met with the Italian embassy a few weeks ago. They were interested in talking to us about press freedom in Italy, and this was one of the issues we raised with them. And we're going to be in touch with the government of Italy to try and provide more concrete recommendations on these particular issues. So it is an issue we are very concerned about and are trying to follow closely. It does seem that with the new government in Italy, they are somewhat more open and interested in potential reforms to the media environment. So we're hopeful that it would lead to some positive change and changes in the existing rules in Italy.